Good afternoon, good late afternoon. We're down at Towford again and we're staying the night. That's not the royal we as in me we. It's me and Thomas and George. They're currently in the toilet taking down the old strip lights. We're going to replace them for 12 volt LED strip lights. Kind of we get in a camper van. That's what we're down here doing. We're going to improve the lighting situation and have our dinner and try not to have too creepy a night of it. We'll go and see what's going on in the bogs.
Do you have a flathead drill bit?
Just use a screwdriver.
No, but okay.
Just it's just I probably don't have one. So what we're doing here is we've got these old strip lights that are coming off, and we have put inside where our charge controller, or solar charge controller, and our battery down here, we've put this 12 volt fuse box. So what we're going to do is wire lights into this 12 volt fuse box and then run wires out, and where possible we're going to use existing wires and switches. So we're just going to run a wire from here. This is the cable going into this goes to that goes away up to the two lights above the fireplace. So we'll run a cable around. We did think about tracing these cables, the existing cables, but I think it might be a bit of a pain. Whether it works that way, it will work that way, won't it, George?
Nope.
So we still only have one source of lighting, and it's these. It's our main lights in the main room, and I have my torch with many LEDs on my forehead. I was looking at the last video and I look like a plum with this head torch on. It clearly, it's over. I feel as if I'm overcompensating for something with this head torch, but I'm not sure what it is. Possibly I'm not bright enough. Maybe it's as simple as that. But let's go through to the toilets. Try and wrap in some stuff. Oh. We'll just reach around and turn the toilet lights on. What's the pair? Going in. So as you can see, the toilets are, we're going to not get lost in them. So there's 4 LED strip lights on the ceiling there, and they're all in and working. No idea what they'll do to the battery. The weather's been so bad down here, it's really not had a chance to charge. It's just rained incessantly, so we'll see how it goes. Good job, thanks Thomas. So what we're doing now is we're running a cable through to the kitchen, because we've got a spotlight up there to go on. So we'll see how that goes. It's still quite dark in here, but once all these things are fitted in, it should hopefully make a big difference. Just a bit of light reading for George, power tools, and the tool station catalogue. We've got a light in the kitchen. Hold on, and I'll show you. The wiring is, it gets a bit dark. But actually, I'll be able to find it. I've got my stupid head torch on. Hold on. The wiring's a bit shonky, thanks. But so we've got one here, and we're going to put another one over there. But we've ran out of cable. It makes a huge difference. These are bright white. The lights in that room are warm white. You need to be careful, or not careful, but consider when you're buying these lights that some are, even though they say they're the same wattage, same lumens, whatever that means these days. I think these adverts are seldom honest about lumens, things like that. Warm white is moody, which is what it's like through there. And then this is just a floodlight. And don't look at this wire and don't judge me. Thomas did it, it's Thomas's fault.
What?
William will be thrilled that we're having burgers. William is one of our older members, and he's just gone to university to pursue a career or something. Don't really know. Something. But we've not seen him. We think he's discovered beer and ladies. And he's abandoned us and we're miffed. But whenever we went anywhere, he always said burgers for dinner. That was all he ever really thought about having, was burgers, which we thought was not very imaginative. We have I wouldn't say it was a mouse infestation, but there are mice. And Thomas Thomas has, I wouldn't say it was a phobia, but
No, I don't really want a dead mouse in my face.
well, it's just a wee mousey.
I don't really want you to put it in. I've got a gun actually, Paul.
It's a mouse cam.
No, no. I don't want to be done.
That's quite childish. So yeah, so we've set mouse traps. I don't like setting mouse traps, but
That's enough.
say goodbye to mousey. This one's quite fresh. We'll record this, but not with this stupid head torch on, because. So the sweet potato and marshmallow is an American Thanksgiving thing. But what they do is they like mash the sweet potato, so they cook it, mash it, and then they add citrus, lemony stuff, lots of salt, I think sugar maybe, and there was another thing that I didn't recognise, some thing, and then they bake it like a pie, so the sweet potatoes on the bottom, and it's mashed sweet potato, and then they put the marshmallow on the top and bake it like a pie, and apparently that's how you're supposed to have it. And it still sounds like it might taste like that. Yes. Apparently on the Wikipedia, well, was it Wikipedia? Anyway, I googled it, that's what we do these days. And what it said was what it said was that it's not a thing, but it's just it was a marketing campaign by Big Marshmallow. And I thought it meant those big marshmallows you can buy, like, you know, those giant marshmallows, but no. Corporate Marshmallow had a marketing campaign that said sweet potatoes and marshmallow with other wee bits and bobs, but nobody eats it except me down here on my own like a sad bastard, and Luke from the Outdoor Boys. I will say that on that video I don't remember him saying whether he enjoyed it or not, and I'm fairly sure he had a baked potato as well. It wasn't like a mashed sweet potato and marshmallow pie. George, you put anything in your mouth, you would eat that surely. You would.
George, you would. Go on. I think you would.
I tried and it wasn't.
What further want to try?
It's like 9 o'clock and we're really bored. we're trying to pass the time because there's nothing to do. I was asking them what they did and they said they would be on their Xboxes. George said he'd be on adult TikTok.
No. Yeah.
It is 20 to midnight and we've managed to get this far. And yes, we've been bored. We actually unset our mouse traps because we caught a mouse, but it just caught the mouse's back foot. And the poor thing was scuttling around trying to escape. So we felt sorry for it, so we let it go. And we unset the mouse traps and we left a wee bit of marshmallow out for the poor fellow. So we've put George over there. George shouts in his sleep, so we're a bit concerned about that. He just shouts random things quite loudly when he's asleep. So we're looking forward to that in the middle of the night. Thomas is petrified that he's going to get eaten by mice.
No.
So he's actually quite worried he is.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
He says he's not, but he is.
I'm not.
So we're putting the camera away and we are going to bed.
See, Tom?
Good morning. It is a much better day today, and last night was wet. It was difficult to know if we were being attacked by mice, invaded by ghosts, possessed because of all the dripping that was going on. Thomas snores and I've no idea what goes on with George. It's just it's like he's having a party or something. It's very noisy and very exciting. Not the thing that you want when you're trying to get some sleep. Anyway, the point is that we've survived the night. That's another night down at Towford where no one has been murdered. So job number 1 is to check the filter on the water tank, because you'll remember it got gunked up before. We've had quite a lot of heavy rain, so it may be gunked up again. Is it? Yeah, it still needs tipped out. So just tip it on the ground. What were you having for your breakfast, George? Haribo's. Maybe that's why you're like so hyperactive at night. Because you like eat Haribo all during the day and it just like, and all the E numbers and whatever else put Haribo ingredients just drive you wild. George has been given a freebie. It is a boat. So we don't know what kind of boat it is. It looks like a dinghy type boat. Anyway, we're going to pump it up and see what happens. We're thinking about maybe sending George out onto the pond on this today. So if this video doesn't feel like it's going to be interesting enough, we'll do that. And it's got a battery pouch for reasons we're not 100% sure of, and a gear pouch for your drugs, gear equipment rather. I'm not even sure I should put this on YouTube, but we're sending George out onto the pond in a second-hand dinghy with a mop as a paddle. If you were a true friend to George, you would also go in the boat with him. You'll need to share the mop, but listen. Think about it, just think about what he means to you and what not doing it might mean for your friendship.
How badly it could go wrong.
How badly your friendship could go wrong, Thomas. And Thomas is... No.
Okay, next time.
Because the thing is there's a bit of a waterfall, and we don't want George to go over the waterfall. And he's only got a mop to steer with. Basically, it doesn't matter whether you go left or right here, you're going to get tangled up, so... How does it feel? Is it handling well? Yeah. You're going a wee bit sideways, George. I can't help it. So, it's up to you whether you go left or right. You're going to just bump into it. The left path takes you to the waterfall, so... That thing takes you to the ford.
Yeah, that takes you to the ford.
Yeah. Oh. George is there. Thomas is there and he's going to throw a rope. And we're going to rescue George. Thomas is going to rescue George.
It's going to get stuck on something.
Alright. Even if you throw it out into the water, of course it should float down to him.
Ready? Yeah.
Ooh, that might... maybe...
Yes, go on! Yes, George! Right, you need to grab onto that and then we'll... Get a good hold, George.
The plungers keep coming out the ear holes.
Try and push yourself away from that.
I'm just letting...
How do you feel, George? Yeah, good. I thought you left me for a second, Paul.
No, honestly,
there's no way round.
The thing is, there's honestly no way round. Right, okay, so just keep...
Just chuck them up here, or yeah, just leave it there, just leave it there. Well, George, lean this way. It's like... Let go. It was good for the video, George.
Yeah. Cut these trees down.
Yes, George.
Are you alright, George? Are you not? Have you got PTSD?
Yeah, I do.
need counselling.
Yeah.
See, when you're doing your counselling, can you just see that I had nothing to do with it? Thomas told you to do it.
Well, no.
Turned out to be quite a nice day, a nice dry day after 3 or 4 days of solid rain. It's been quite miserable. Except for obviously what happened this morning, which we're never going to talk about again.
No, yeah.
Obviously we nearly lost George to the River Wild. Is it Meryl Streep that was in the River Wild? Could George be our very own Meryl Streep? So we're going to get tidied up and then we're going to go back up the road. We got our lighting improved. We were going to do the pipe in the kitchen, but we'll do that next time, and that could take up some time the next time we come down, if there is a next time. I think George has got PTSD after his ordeal. I don't think he's quite right.